Hi guys, today is May 28th. We are working on lesson 47. So I want to quickly just review what we've been talking about, and I'll show you guys how to do today's assignment. So we're trying to figure out, we said diabetes was a possible cause, sickle cell, the UTI. Was there anything else that could have killed Anna? So yesterday you guys looked at an autopsy report, and I just want to quickly review what you guys found in the autopsy report. So first thing, you found this device inside Anna's body. So what is that device? That is actually a pacemaker. Okay, what is a pacemaker? It makes your pace. The pace for what? It makes the pace for your heart. So that's what it does. It keeps your heart pace. It keeps your heart. It controls your heartbeat. Sometimes people their heart beats too slowly or too fast. The pacemaker, it keeps the pace. It makes sure it beats at the right pace or the right speed. All right. So Anna had a pacemaker. Another thing we found in her autopsy report is that she had statins in her blood. So she was taking this medication. What did those do? What is that medication for? It's if you have high cholesterol, it lowers your cholesterol levels. So she's taking these medications because she must have had high cholesterol. She was also taking Vasotec. What's the point? Why was she taking Vasotec? Turns out Vasotec helps treat high blood pressure, and also it prevents heart failure. So she's taking medication for high cholesterol. She's taking medication for high blood pressure. It says there were signs of ventricular hypertrophy. Ventricular hypertrophy is when your heart muscles, they're enlarged, they're too big. And this happens sometimes if your heart is not working correctly, your muscles start getting bigger. So that's what ventricular hypertrophy is. It's enlarged muscles in the ventricles. So there's enlargement and thickening of the walls of your left ventricle, and sometimes that can lead to failure. She also had a mitral valve prolapse. What is that? Okay, so mitral valve prolapse. So valves in your heart, they make sure blood is going only in one direction. So this valve makes sure it goes down. This valve makes sure the blood goes up. It shouldn't go backwards. But when you have mitral valve prolapse, look at this. Some of the blood is going the wrong direction. So the valve has lapsed or it's not working correctly. So her mitral valve is broken. That's what mitral valve prolapse is. Let's see, you can see it here. Yeah, you can see some of the blood is going the wrong direction. This valve right here is broken. So it causes the blood to leak back into the atrium from the ventricle. That's where mitral valve prolapse is. It also, in her autopsy report, it says that she has signs of atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is when you have plaque buildup in your blood vessels. What's the problem with plaque buildup? Well, sometimes your blood can clot. If you have too much plaque in your blood vessels, the blood is going to have a hard time getting through, and sometimes there can be a clot in that blood vessel. All right, so you can see here is a blood clot because of atherosclerosis. Last thing, it says she had a stent in her body, in her heart. What's the point of a stent? A stent helps the flow of your heart. So you can see right here, a stent is being placed in the blood vessel. It basically expands the blood vessel. It pushes the plaque against the walls so that blood has an easier time getting through that blood vessel. So it stops blood clots from happening. So it holds a blood vessel open. That's what a stent does. So what's the problem? What out of like all these medications, all these problems Anna has, which body system is messed up or which body system is damaged? Her cardiovascular system, right? Her heart has a bunch of issues. She has some blood vessel issues. That's all part of your cardiovascular system. So this is something new. That's not diabetes. That's not sickle cell. That's not the UTI. Could her heart disease? She has heart disease. Could that have caused her death? Okay, so this is something new that we want to look at. All right, so we're going to start looking at heart disease. How does the heart work? What are the parts of the heart? How can heart disease? How can it kill you? Maybe you know some people that have heart disease. For heart disease, there's a few parts. We have to learn about the heart. What does the heart do? It pumps blood. It pushes blood throughout your body. It carries resources. What does blood do? Blood carries resources like oxygen, glucose, insulin. That's all the stuff that blood carries. There's a lot more stuff too, but it carries the resources to your cells all over your body. That's the point of blood. The heart pumps the blood. All right, so let's look at what today's lesson looks like. Here we are, lesson 47. There's 3 parts. There is a reading. And guys, all the answers are in the reading. So you don't have to Google anything. You don't have to take a guess. Read these paragraphs, and you're going to find the answers. So this one says parts of the heart. The answers or the questions are down here. It says, what are the 3 components of the circulatory system? So I'm going to look here. It says circulatory system. It says right here, it says the body makes up the heart, the blood, and the blood vessels. So I'm going to write down what are the 3 parts: heart, blood, and blood vessels. Okay. The atria are the chambers on the top of the heart. So I'm going to look atria, which is the upper chambers. Okay, so upper. So that means atria is the answer for this one. That means chambers on the bottom is probably ventricles. So again, all the answers are in the paragraphs. So this is the first set of questions. When you get down here, there's a blood flow reading. Same thing. The answers, the blood flow questions, you can find the answers in the blood flow reading. For this one, all you have to do is you have to put them in order from 1 to 12. So if you read these paragraphs, it says blood travels from the body to the tissues, returns to the superior and inferior vena cava, then it enters the right atrium. So number 1 was superior and inferior. Number 2 is right atrium. I already did those for you. Number 1 is superior and inferior. Number 2 is right atrium. Okay, so what's number 3? Number 3, after the right atrium, where does the blood go? From the right atrium, a small contraction pushes the blood through the tricuspid valve. So number 3 is tricuspid valve. What's number 4? From the tricuspid valve, it goes into the right ventricle. So number 4 is right ventricle. So you need to go from 1 to 12, all right? So make sure, just follow these paragraphs and you're going to find the answers. Last thing is video questions. Click on this video and you will find all the answers. I put some of the timestamps, some of them don't have timestamps. You still got to answer the question. Just make sure you watch the whole video. All right, guys, that's it. I will be on Zoom later today if you guys have questions. But otherwise, let me know. And I hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys.